Hi, you guys. Are you ready to learn some education about this technology that Rob and I have been using? I'm so happy that actually we've experienced results. If you saw my video last night, when I was on break at work, I shared with you what we've experienced just in like a 48-hour period of time. At that time, it was about a 24-hour period of time. And it's pretty cool. And we're just glad that we have some experience to share with you, because that's always a little bit of a fear, right? When you dive into something without experiencing it first and just going by like what other people, like the testimonials from this product. So there's always that fear of like, what if it doesn't work for me? But it did. So I want to talk a little bit about how it came about, who the founder is, why he created it, and then we'll go into exactly what it is and how it does what it does, which is crazy. So the owner of this technology, or not the company anyways, is Jay. His name's Jay, and he's a total tech nerd. And his mom was struggling with MS and the symptoms of MS. And one of the major symptoms is balance. And so he spent $25 million to dive into this research. And what he ended up finding or creating was a sock that had this technology in the bottom of it, so that when she walked on it with her bare feet, it sent signals to her brain to give her balance. And it worked beautifully. And so for a while, they were selling the socks, which is cool, but it was big, right? And he thought, you know what? The bottom of our feet is just skin. Can't we create something that we can put elsewhere in our body that's smaller but does the same sort of thing? And it evolved from there. And that's when Super Patch was created. So this little beauty here, I'm wearing it right here. This is as big as it is. They actually, just recently, they changed the size. I think they were 2 inches by 2 inches, and now they're 1.5 by 1.5. So they're just a little bit more of a manageable size. And there are like 13, I think there might be 15 now, different patches. There's 2 new ones that are coming out, and they're arriving next month for me, so I'll be able to share more about them then. But like, this is what's been evolving over the years, are these patches that have like a raised fingerprint. It's like Braille for your brain. And that's what makes it so weird to contemplate and to understand, because there's no ingredients in this patch, nothing. It's just a very specific fingerprint raised that sits on your skin, and it tells your brain to go into homeostasis. And to kind of understand that a little bit, it was explained kind of like a home thermostat. You know, you set your home at 20 degrees Celsius, for example, okay? And there are things in your house or outside, you know, like environment changes that raise the temperature in your house or lowers the temperature in your house. So your air conditioning or your furnace will kick in to bring your home back to homeostasis. And that's what homeostasis means, like back to normal, back to where it should be. And that's probably the best description that I've learned about this patch, is this little like QR code for your brain is telling it to go back to homeostasis. So kind of neat. So again, like I said, these are drug-free. Anyone can use them. You can be on medications and use them. You can be an infant. You can be older. You can anything. Be on chemo, feeling nausea, all these things. We've got a patch for literally everything. And they're doing wonderful things for people, which is so cool. So they're very easy to use. You just stick it on your skin, anywhere on your skin, and just not on hair. So I know it's a little trickier for some men, maybe some women too, you never know, right? But you know, you can put it on your neck, your feet, your ankles, your wrist. You can put it over tattoos, that's fine, skin. You just want to avoid really sweaty areas and really hairy areas. So you just want it to sit flush. They are non-reactive, they are child safe, no diet change necessary, no interactions with current meds, and they're affordable. So you can send me a message. I'm happy to give you some more of those details, but I don't want Facebook to put me in talking about that kind of stuff. You got to be careful what you say. Otherwise they flag you. So that's the coolness about these patches. Anyone can use them. And I think that's what really attracted me to this company in the first place, was the fact that I don't have to compare to any other business out there. There's no other businesses that sell anything like this. I don't have to say, well, my ingredients are better than this company ingredients because blah, blah, blah. There's no ingredients. It's literally just talking to your brain. Kind of like, if you wear an Oura ring or your Apple Watch, how it's reading your skin. So I wanted to tell you something that was kind of cool, because someone mentioned a Nobel Peace Prize, or Nobel Prize rather, for this type of neuroscience. And to me, this kind of proof is what I need to be like, okay, this makes sense. It's not placebo. This is actually very, very scientific, because our bodies are super complex, right? Have you ever heard of haptic perception? So I'm going to read this just to kind of explain it a bit. So haptic perception is how we understand the world through active touch, the connection between the hands, body, and the brain. It's how movement, pressure, and texture help the nervous system make sense of what we're experiencing. So this idea is rooted in Nobel Prize winning neuroscience from the 1930s or 40s, like way back, when scientists discovered how touch and movement travel through the nervous system and are interpreted by the brain. Touch isn't just physical, okay? It's deeply connected to regulation, to learning and well-being. And when we engage the body with intention, we support the nervous system. Healing and awareness don't happen only in the mind, they happen through the body too. So I thought that was kind of cool that scientists have been working on this kind of thing for a very long time. So it doesn't matter whether we understand it or not, it just is. It just works because it just is. Our bodies are complex. So a cool thing is we've got, I think, 9 NFL teams using the super patches. There's some really cool ones for athletic people, basketball teams. These have been incredible for seniors, balance, right? As we age, our bodies change in ways where you can just get up off the couch and break a hip. Our bodies, our bones degrade, I guess is the word. Collagen goes away, all of these things, right? And to be able to support your body for balance, getting in and out of the shower, getting up off the couch, just walking around with your walker or cane. It's cool. I've seen some really amazing testimonies of people putting these patches on their senior parents or grandparents, and watching them without the patch get up off the couch. It's like a real struggle, and they just shuffle, right, with their walker. And you put the patch on them, and it's almost like their bodies they get off the couch so much easier. They literally walk easier. They don't even need their walker in some cases. Their body is just all of a sudden back in homeostasis. The brain's reading things the way it should be, and they're moving better. That's just one patch and we've got 13 here. So why don't I dive into the patches? And I've got a whole slew of them, okay? I've got a whole box of them. I bought the largest package with this business so that I can create trials for you guys to try without having to buy a full 30 days. So each pack has 30 days worth in it, which is great. But we can do trial packs of 7 or 10, and you pay for those a lot less than what you'd pay for 30 days worth. And then you can just give it a go and see if it works for you. All right. So let's start with the Liberty patch. This was kind of like, if I'm remembering correctly, like the founding patch. This is kind of what Jay based his socks off of for balance. So this is one a lot of seniors use. If you are in sports, you need balance. Just in life, you need balance. It's great. So Liberty gives you more strength, more energy, more balance and stability, reduced inflammation, better range of motion, faster recovery, and higher neurological homeostasis. All right, bringing things. And this is the one that people will often pair with other patches because it tends to enhance them, which is kind of cool. So Liberty patch is definitely a go-to, and I applied this one on myself this morning. If you watched my video yesterday about talking about how these patches have affected Rob and I, Rob's forearm, which has been in pain for months and months, Liberty was one of the patches he applied with a couple other ones, Freedom and Victory, and I'll talk about those ones. He has no pain in his forearm. He said it's weird. So weird, because he literally uses it for everything, so he feels pain constantly. And when he came back up from working out, he's like, Ash, I don't feel anything. Even today, he's good. There's still no pain. You wear these patches for 24 hours. So that's cool. So that's Liberty. All right. Freedom is the next one. Let's see, where is my Freedom patch? Doopy-doo. Freedom. All right, so this little guy here gives you relief from minor aches and pains of muscles and joints. Rob's also wearing this one, so this one could very well be part of it. 24-hour relief. So a lot of people will reach for their Freedom patch just to give their body a break. There's some pretty cool testimonies that come out of that patch, and I'm happy to add you to a testimonial group if you'd like to do your own deep dive on how people are responding to these patches. The next one is Lumi. This one's for your skin. This one's for recovery, scars, like skin conditions, those sorts of things. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying we don't claim to cure, treat, prevent, all those things, all right? These are basically like Band-Aids for your brain. If you're not using it, you're not going to experience the benefits. So for example, the Liberty patch for balance, people do these tests where they will test people's balance without the patch, and they're all over the place. Doesn't matter whether you're a big, tall, buff guy or you're a small, little old lady. Your balance is off. And then they apply the Liberty patch, and they do the same things again. Literally, there's no wait time. You just stick it on your body, your brain reads it, and they do all the tests again, and literally they're so stable. It's crazy. So, and then they would take the patch off again and do it, and then their body be all wonky again. It's just weird how our brain works, right? So I'm going to say we don't cure or treat. This is basically just a Band-Aid for certain things that you're going through in your life, all right? It's just a support. It's a support for your system, a support for your brain. So Lumi gives you radiant and glowing complexion. So it does something to your brain that helps your skin. This is cool, and I researched this, and you can research this too if you want. It does natural biophotonic activation. Okay? Biophotonic, like P-H-O-T-O, photo, like picture, activation. Research that. Google it. It's the craziest thing, and it explains why this patch has been helping a lot of people's skin get better. We'll just put it that way. Okay? So that's Lumi. And then we've got Boost. All right, where are my tired people? Where are my people who just live on caffeine or energy drinks because that's the only place you're getting energy from? You can now put a patch on. That's going to tell your brain naturally, without ingredients, without wrecking your gut, without stimulating you, without the crash, without the sugar. We've got a patch for that. So Boost, keep that in mind if that's something you're needing. Defend. All right, Rob is also wearing Defend. And this is for greater immune support. Okay? Enhanced blood flow, faster recovery, improved natural healing. And it helps with allergies. We're getting into allergy season, right? So a lot of people are applying a patch, and it's talking to the brain and quieting the things and really helping people with their allergies. So definitely one to give a try if that's something that you go through in the spring. All right, so that's Defend. Let's go to Peace. So I'm wearing Peace, actually. This is Peace. This is the one where I was talking about last night, how I'm also wearing REM. Okay, this one's for sleep. When I go to bed and I wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and my mind is racing and I have the hardest time getting back to sleep again, peace quiets all the things. And literally I would lay in bed and a thought would cross my mind and then it just left. It was the weirdest thing. And it allowed me to go to sleep a lot quicker, which was nice. And then REM helps you get into deeper sleep. So the peace patch is definitely one that a lot of people who feel a lot of stress, so it helps manage and reduce stress and just gives you immediate calmness. I said in the morning, I woke up, opened my eyes and just looked at the wall and I didn't really have any thoughts. And Rob said, oh, now you know how men think. I was like, oh, nothing on the brain, right? Sorry, guys. But that was my husband that said that, not me. But yeah, I just literally stared at the wall and my anxiety, the things that go through my brain constantly were just not there. So I highly recommend the peace patch if that's you. You got a million tabs open at one time. Joy patch. If you are somebody who has a really hard time looking at the bright side of life, you need to feel more joy, more happiness, more optimism. There's a lot of pessimism in this world. You need a more positive attitude. Joy can help you. It will talk to your brain and do something to create some homeostasis in that area and bring you a little bit of joy. Okay. Next one. There's a lot of patches. There's a lot of things that do a lot of things for your body, and I'm so grateful for it. Ignite. I'm actually wearing this one on my stomach right now. This one enhances resting metabolic rate. It helps you burn more calories at rest, about up to 25% more calories, about 300 calories per day. So if you're on a weight loss journey and you need some more support, this doesn't mean you just sit and do nothing with your life and you don't eat healthy and you don't try and get active, but you're going to burn more calories at a resting rate. So I'm wearing this sucker because I would like some support in that area. 100%. All right. REM, which is the sleep one. That's the one I'm wearing with peace, right? Helping me sleep deeper. This morning, I didn't wake up until after 5 or 5:30. I can't really remember what I looked at, but I saw 5. Then I went back to sleep. So this is one that they used to say just wear for 12 hours and then take it off in the morning. But now they're saying wear it for 24 hours. It's not going to make you sleepy during the day, but it's building like new neural pathways. So wear it every, just keep it on. And it's going to help with your sleep. And the testimonies on this product are pretty awesome. So definitely keep REM in your mind if you're needing that. All right, let's go to focus. Who needs more focus? This gives you enhanced focus and attention and clarity and enhanced memory. So if you're someone like, you just have a hard time completing tasks. You need more clarity, you need better memory, all of those things. The focus patch might be what you're needing. So there we go. There's that one. Okay, this one's cool. This one I'm also wearing. Here. It's called Kick It. If you need help overcoming bad habits or addictions, fighting cravings, then you need to try the Kick It patch. Okay, so for example, what I put it on for is I'm a real lip picker and I chew the insides of my cheeks when I'm thinking about stuff. And it could be the peace patch that's also quieting my mind, but I'm a lot more aware of when I start to do it to stop doing it, which I think is kind of cool. But what I've also noticed, and this is weird, but I've noticed that I'm not reaching for my phone as much. And again, it could be the peace patch, like quieting my mind, and I'm not needing to distract myself. I feel like sometimes we use our phones as distractions because we just don't want to be alone with our thoughts. And because I'm not thinking catastrophically about everything all the time, I'm not reaching for my phone to distract me as much. I'm okay with sitting with my thoughts and like staring off, and yeah, I don't know. But it could also be the Kick It patch because that's literally what it's designed to do, is help you kick the bad habits. And I do have a bad habit of constantly reaching for my phone. I know a lot of us do. Maybe you've got food cravings. Maybe, you're always reaching for the sweets or the salty, and it's not helping you in your weight loss journey. Try a Kick It patch. It's worth a try. There's no ingredients. It's not going to hurt you. May as well try it, right? They're affordable. They're not out of reach for people, which is great. All right, the next one, we got 2 more here. We've got Rocket. You might have some ideas of what Rocket might be about. Reclaim your energy, your stamina, and your libido. Okay, your passion. Now it does give a kind of a time frame. So if you are under 40, you can generally see some benefits within 3 days. Okay. If you are between 40 and 50, 2 weeks. If you are 50 plus, 3 weeks. Okay. So if you're needing a little help in the energy, stamina, libido area, then Rocket might be the one you want to give a try. Okay. Last one. This one's beefy. She beefy. This is the one that the NFL players and basketball players are all using, along with Liberty. This is called Victory. Rob's wearing this one as well. His workout was phenomenal last night. When we got back from our trip a few weeks ago, we both sort of fell off the workout train, and Rob really notices that he loses muscle very, very quickly when he's not working out. And so getting back into it is a struggle. He feels like he's got to start at ground zero again. So 2 workouts ago, he was just like, oh, that was rough. Yesterday, when he came upstairs, he's like, I felt really good. So this patch enhances athletic performance. So if you've got kids in sports, you're in sports, whatever, you need athletic performance for climbing a mountain, cool. It gives you more power, more strength, more balance and stability, enhanced stamina, more agility, enhanced neurofunction. Makes you think quicker on your feet, right? Great for my pickleball players. I'm going to use this summer when I'm playing. Reduced inflammation, better range of motion, enhanced neuropathy relief, and faster recovery from those workout sessions. It's an amazing patch. Like I said, we have literal NFL basketball teams using these patches because there's no ingredients and it's just working in your brain. So that's what I'm using, guys. That's what it's all about. Like I had mentioned, I have a whole box of these, and I bought this so that we can set up some trials for you, 7 and 10-day trials. So if any of those were like really resonating with you, or you can message me and be like, I really want to help this in my life, what would you recommend? We could create a trial pack for you so you don't have to pay for the full 30 days up front. And yeah, and then I'll send you the pricing through Messenger because I don't want Facebook to flag it for talking about that stuff. You have to be careful these days. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so reach out to me, all right? And we can get a trial pack sent your way, or I can drive it to you, or you can pick it up here and yeah, go from there. But anyways, I hope you're excited as I am. I'm certainly excited. I just want to put them all on my body. And you can actually. Putting more than one on your body isn't interfering with messaging to your brain. Okay, you can wear all 13 if you want to, but I think I recommend trying 2 or 3. If you're doing the trial, maybe 1 or 2 of them so that you can really give those ones an extended period of time and see how it's working in your body, and you can check in with yourself and notice changes and differences. Okay? All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.